Literally. It took, I mean, it took a pineapple or a selfie. I don't know what it took, but all I know is that we were lost.
Virtual reality. Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And summer should be fun, but summer house reunions usually aren't that fun to experience. I mean, they're fun to watch, Evan, but something tells me this one's going to be a doozy for a lot of people.
I'm just curious here, show of hands, who thinks Carl was afraid of Lindsay?
Especially West and Jesse. It's their first one, and I think West is in a little bit of a hot seat.
Oh my God, Wes is definitely in the hot seat. And it's so funny. I feel like, well, first of all, Wes Wilson, he has just eclipsed this entire season of Summer House the way we thought it was really going to be the Carl and Lindsay show. And it was at some points, but it truly, this was Wes Wilson's moment. But now he's at the reunion. He's in the hot seat. He has to answer all these questions about how he may or may not have dropped the ball in his situationship with Sierra. And it looks like he really dropped the ball and maybe dropped some DMs when cameras went down.
Take me through what happened after the cameras went down.
The Bravo fan base is all women. Like, just these things that I've never...
Too many temptations.
And we don't know what the full answer is because we haven't seen it yet. Seems like a very honest answer, but I'm also like, West baby, what? You're saying that Amanda had to even give him the words you were tempted by the Bravo fandom being made up majority of girls that were oohing and eyeing over you. I already am picturing what Paige's reply to that is, because Paige did tell us that her and Sierra cooked him, and I feel that probably added some gasoline on the grill.
Well, here's the thing, Danny. You and I saw this firsthand in person. Women go feral for Wes and Jesse, but at our live show, Wes and Jesse, they closed out our show, and the second we said, thanks, guys, the show is over, like, the women just attacked them it was insane to see. And it
was like Beatlemania. It's Bravo mania. It's like kind of like, it's truly.
Definitely. And I feel like I don't want to make an excuse for Wes, because when you have an opportunity with Sierra Miller, I mean, this beautiful supermodel, come on, like, how do you fumble that? But I can see how entering this new world with so much attention can be distracting. And especially, I think that, again, this is not an excuse for Wes, but he has been very open and honest on the show, explaining his feelings about the sex of it all. Sierra didn't want to get down in the bedroom, so he had to get down in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I feel it's exactly that. We're like, Wes, we know where you're coming from, but I don't know if the reunion couch is gonna be doing him justice. I'm sure during that moment, Carl and Lindsay were just happy to have a second to catch their breath. I feel like actually Paige probably potentially I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Paige maybe talked the most this reunion, because not only was she defending her friend Sierra, you see her getting really heated with Danielle through it all. So I feel like I'm very excited to watch what goes down with this. And that's why we're going to be recapping these part 1 and part 2 of the reunion, because I can't wait.
I know. I'm really excited to see whatever happened between Danielle and Paige, because Jesse told us that he was sitting in between them and his poor little neck was going this way, that way, like trying to keep up. I do love the moment from the reunion trailer when Paige was like, my confessionals are hysterical.
Your confessionals, you think they're like super funny?
They are hilarious.
And they are. She's really a confessional artist. She really is, although Danielle does not seem to think so. Danielle described Paige's confessionals as damaging, and maybe there was something you and I missed, Danny, throughout this season. I would love to be reminded of the potentially damaging that Paige said. Do you remember? Like, do you have an idea what she's talking about?
I would assume she's probably talking about how she's saying she's not a real businesswoman. If I could assume, and maybe if Paige was extra heated after Danielle calling out Craig's relationship, because I think Paige maybe said something about how she meddles in other people's relationships, but she doesn't have her own type of thing like that. I think Paige maybe fence.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, but do you know what we saw at that party for Dawn? She is a founder and CEO. So
and let it be known.
Got away from Danielle.
And I know, and we also, so many Bravo fans from that episode of Summer House have the "What Would Jesse Solomon" song do stuck in their head. Unfortunately, a song that is forever going to be in my head is just Ozempic. It's catchy. It rolls off the tongue. It's a crowd pleaser, and it's as catchy as the drug it sings about because Caroline Stanbury just revealed that she was singing the Ozempic tune and is proud of it.
Yes, yes, she is. Yeah, Caroline Stanbury, she is continuing the important work of breaking down this Ozempic stigma, this shaming around it. She said that it's been her secret trick to slimming down in her mid-age. She said she gained some weight and she just needed a little assistance in getting to a place where she felt comfortable with her body, which, I think that as time goes on, Danny, I feel like there is less stigma attached. I think people are being more open and honest about their Ozempic use. I think it's kind of like Botox, where
it's literally Botox, yes.
Like people didn't want to admit to using Botox or even fillers, and now I feel like people are like, oh, of course I get Botox, of course I get my lips done, and of course now I do Ozempic. So it's really just it's part of the blueprint, especially for housewives. I mean, come on, like what housewife isn't on Ozempic?
I want to say, but I know a lot of them aren't admitting to it yet. And I do gotta tell anybody who wants to admit it anytime soon, I did love that Stanbury admitted it while podcasting in a bikini on the beach.
Very, very hard to lose weight, but I met so many 40-year-old women going, how have you done it? How have you done it? And I don't want to lie to you. I've told you I used Ozempic.
Because I'm like, well, A, living every part of life right, and B, so camp and so housewife nature to just be doing it that way. And it seems Sergio was very supportive of her. He just loves that lady so much.
He does. You guys, we watched the first 3 episodes of The Real Housewives of Dubai, and Sergio is very much in it. He's very much a part of it. And the way he dotes on Stanbury is truly, truly so sweet.
Yeah, I know. It really does bring me so much life. And because it also kind of reminds me a little bit of Stanbury's taglines, because I did love all of those going out because her man is young. And her face is young.
Yeah, and so is she. I feel like we do need to break down these Dubai taglines, Danny, because they are really good. These girls are bringing the desert heat. The taglines are so much fun. So I think we should go through them, rate them 1 through 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, and just share your sort of 1-sentence take on each tagline. Let's start off with the Queen of the Desert, Caroline Stanbury. I'm sorry, sorry to any other castmates who are queen. You are all queens. You are all queens.
You said that, not me, Evan. Okay. Stanbury's is the only thing old about me, darling, is my money. Iconic.
Iconic, yes. I give that a 5 out of 5 because I think the world is so invested in her facelift, and I feel like this is a direct nod to her gorgeous, beautiful facelift, which Caroline Brooks and Lisa Milan have both endorsed.
Sung their praises, yes. Yeah, Sarah. What is Sarah's?
Sarah Almadani, in the land of excess, I find my riches within. Okay, I do love Sarah Almadani. I love all the work she's doing to maintain her inner peace. I appreciate that. However, I give this one a 3 just because I don't think it's easily understandable. And that's probably because she is a genius and I'm not.
Well, I know what she's talking about, where she's like because she's working on a lot of like internal work and self-discovery and everything. So she's like, that's what really matters. But like, I still think she likes her nice stuff. So yeah, I'm giving it a 3.5 because it's like, you find your riches in your closet as well, Sarah. I've seen you dress, girl. You look amazing.
Okay, all right. Talene Marie, she's the new girl. What's her tagline, Danny?
Take it from me. If you know how to stay chill, you'll never get burned. Now, this one, I don't get.
Take it from me. If you know how to stay chill, you'll never get burned. So basically what she's telling us is that she keeps it cool at all times. And for that reason, she doesn't get burned, which actually I'm going to give this a 4 because the math is mathing. Maybe not for you, but I think for when viewers see the first few episodes, they'll understand why Talene's tagline directly correlates to the way she moves through the first 3 episodes, because someone comes for her and maybe the Queen of Dubai, and it seems to not bother her whatsoever, which confuses her good friend Caroline Brooks. And speaking of Caroline Brooks, her tagline.
Well, here's my thing though for Talene. You gave her a 4, I'm giving her a 2.
Wow. Oh, so I didn't even get
No, you tried to move fast. No, I'm starting a feud with her and you now. Because for everybody listening, if you're new to Housewives, the splash you want to make is that you're just chill.
Danny, I was trying to keep it nice for the new girl. Come on,
Oh,
it's hard to be a new girl.
I'm welcoming her to Bravo.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, you're on Bravo. Yeah, you can keep it if you want to keep it chill. QVC, you know what I mean? I don't know, but Bravo, you want to raise the heat a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yes, she's in the desert, not the North Pole. Okay.
Exactly.
Caroline Brooks, I may be building glass houses, but you'll never see me crack. I think this one, I'll give it a 5. I'm
giving it a 5 too, because I love that it is talks about our haters and also is self-promotional, because I do love a housewife that knows how to self-promote.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's giving, let me push my business, but also be clever. Great job, Caroline Brooks. All right, who's up next?
Lisa Milan, who we love, saying the desert might be hot, but I always find the shade.
That's a 5 for me. That is a 5 for me because I feel like this is really her announcing to the world, I'm a formidable shade assassin. You can put me up there with Kenya Moore. You can put me up there with Portia Williams.
And Sheree, remember her Bravo comment with Sheree?
Yes, she read Sheree up and down for her Alexander McSheen. So yes, I'm giving this a 5. I think this is good for Lisa.
I'm giving it a 5 too, but also, and y'all will hear it well later, I think Caroline Brooks also shaded Sheree a little bit in our interview. Do you remember that?
She shaded Sheree?
Where she was like, my business was done in a year. You know, some housewives, it takes a decade for them to do anything.
Oh, that was some Sheree shade. Okay. Yeah, now that you said it, I'm catching it. Okay. All right. So maybe, you know what, this tagline could have worked for Caroline Brooks as well.
Oh, there's shade in the glass house. Yeah. And last but never least, Chanel Ayan.
Yeah.
And this one is already kind of getting the Bryn Whitfield treatment of like getting memed and everything. Like, so I know it's a crowd favorite. If you're jealous of me, that's okay, honey. I would be too.
Yeah, that's also going to be a 5 for me. I think Chanel Ayan nailed it with this one because I kind of feel like she wrote it specifically for me because I am in a constant state of envy when it comes to Chanel Ayan.
And I think and it's because her and Lisa are kind of feuding a little bit. So I don't know if maybe she's shading both you and Lisa. Who knows? Oh,
okay. All right. Do you know what? That's a good. I'll take it. I'll be over here with Lisa getting shaded by Ayan. To me, it's an honor.
In the VVIP. Those taglines are so hot and quite as hot and spicy as our chat with Caroline Brooks. I mean, she looked amazing and really held nothing back.
It's been long overdue, and I'm feeling great that we're finally back. I'm super excited for the fans to finally catch up with what they've been missing for like the last year plus. So it's going to be really, really fun to have everybody back in our lives again. There's a lot of new stuff happening.
Are you kind of excited at least that there was a little bit of some time between? So now, like, because I was like, whoa, the business is done. Like, your salon, everything is booming. We didn't have to see, the pipes being piped and everything, which would you have liked to show that? Or are you like, you know what, I'm kind of glad it's just the ribbon cutting moment?
I mean, I'm happy you guys just saw that it's here, because we know in Housewives history, not throwing shade, there are a lot of people who talk about businesses and they don't come into fruition for at least a decade. Mine came so fast that you guys couldn't even catch it. Catch me if you can. We're already on location number 2.
Right, you got to pay the cost to be the boss, as you said. Wow, a second location. That's amazing. You should be really proud of yourself. Like, Danny and I are proud of you, and you don't need us to be proud of you, but we are.
Thank you so much, you guys. I am super proud and I'm excited. It's hard work, but it's rewarding.
It must be so nice to have Glass House thriving and booming while you're dealing with drama on the side. It's like, at least you can always have Glass House to go back to after a day of explosive filming with the girls. I want to get into this Caroline Stanbury situation, Caroline Brooks, because y'all were doing really good for a really long time.
She was on the VIP list to go to the opening.
Oh, yes. She was invited. I invited who was important to me at that time. So she came.
There is some tension, and it seems to involve the new girl, Talene, who you brought into the group. And it's about, spoiler alert, Talene's vagine. But the discussions that happen amongst the first 3 episodes of Dubai, it seems like there might be something more, Caroline Brooks. What would you say is the real reason for the tension with Stanbury?
I feel like the Talene situation is the real reason, but I feel like that was really the cherry on top, the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. For me, I'm incredibly loyal when it comes to my friendships, and I go hard for my friends. And as everyone's seen in season 1, when Lisa and Ayan were not really seeing it for Caroline, I kind of really protected her, and I made sure that she had a friend, and I made sure that nobody thought that they could just, go after her without there being repercussions. I really stand up for my friends, and I put loyalty above everything. And when I felt like we got together as a group again and we kind of started filming season 2, I felt as though her and Ayan started to form this friendship. And then Sarah and I were kind of still at odds with the group because we were defending Stanbury. And I never really had a real issue with Ayan or Lisa. My issue stemmed from Caroline, my defense of her. And so that to me was something that really affected me, because I'm like, now you've kind of let us, out to dry, and we stuck up for you. And that was really hard.
Yeah. How was kind of watching Stanbury and Ayan almost like forming like an instantaneous friendship? When they sat down, I was like, it took a pineapple?
Literally. It took, it took a pineapple or a selfie. I don't know what it took, but all I know is that we were lost and I didn't know. And then to add fuel to the fire, then I bring Talene around, and then all of a sudden, Caroline was speaking really bad about her before Talene was really fully into our group and really had a chance to become friends with everyone. And then it was just so many things compiled that just made me kind of explode. And I was really angry and hurt.
When you're talking about how she was talking a lot of stuff about her, was there more than just the Beyonce incident? Do you think she was in the other lady's ears kind of, okay, the eyes are telling a story. So there's 2 locations, multiple stories.
We'll save that for reunion. But yes, she was. And there are other ladies who have addressed it with me privately. Like, what you guys saw about the whole JJ thing was small apples compared to what she really said.
And we also had a really fun time chatting with Kathy Hilton at her house while she showed me her new jewelry collection. So that was a good time. Check it out.
I feel like the Bravo fandom is super lucky right now because it was just announced that you are coming back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills as a friend. How are you feeling about that, and what made you want to come back?
I had a really wonderful experience. I had a really, really nice time until the very end. And Lisa sent me beautiful flowers. And, well, actually, I walked downstairs and there was this Jeff Latham, huge, I'm talking centerpiece. And I thought, it's not my birthday, it's not my anniversary. Who would be sending these flowers to me?
It's Lisa Rinna, of all people.
So I read the card and I am shocked.
And that was the moment you were like, okay, I can maybe like re-enter this world again. And
we like each other very much.
Yeah.
And anyway, so she said, I don't know. I mean, she wrote something beautiful, and I don't know if you want to call me back or whatever. So I called her, and we talked for like 15, 20 minutes. And that was really nice. And that really felt good.
Did it feel like the closure you needed to move forward with the franchise?
Yes. And, well, I hadn't been really thinking about that. This happened like, I don't know, 8, 9 months ago. And I was on Watch What Happens Live a couple months ago, and Andy asked me, I never told anybody. And he said, so have you come into contact? I mean, blah, 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 blah. And I said, as a matter of fact, yes, I have. And I explained what she, extending the olive branch. And it just felt really good. And then we were just together at Jamie Tish's event for Cure Cancer. And she tapped me on the shoulder and she said, hi, you want to sit and talk? And we took a picture together. And it just felt really good. And we'd had so much fun together and have known each other for so long. And I love all the girls. and there's a couple new ones on there. And I think the show is going to be really powerful. We just had a trip. I can't tell you much about it, but we laughed. We had such a great time.
Alex Baskin said it was an incredible trip, and he gave props to you. He said that Kathy Hilton is back in her full glory. What does that mean when Kathy Hilton is back in her full glory? Do you feel like you're in a new chapter where you just feel better than ever right now?
Well, I've always had a great time.
Yeah.
And I like that they don't, I've always said, nobody's whispering in my ear, telling me to say anything. And they just let me be me. So it's fun.
Right, which is the best part, because we love Kathy at her most authentic. I am curious, when you caught up with Lisa Rinna, did she have thoughts on you rejoining the series?
I had not, truthfully.
You were zip
It was last second. I was kind of like, because I am working on 2 other projects.
She's busy.
So
Kathy Hilton's busy.
You know, I want to do it all.
Yeah.
I have time to, and it's a lot because you've got to be there. But the fact that I'm a friend, but I've made some great friendships. Sutton and I, Garcelle. I love Crystal. I miss her, but she's a neighbor. I see her. Jennifer Tilly, I'm crazy about. I know her through Sutton.
Yeah, she's a fun time.
And so we get together. She's so fabulous. And then Bo's the new girl.
Yes. Oh. She's amazing. Yeah, what do you think of her? She's amazing, right?
Boss girl. I was actually afraid because, like, some of our silly stuff, and she's a serious businesswoman. And I can roll my hands up and get silly, and I don't care. But I felt like I said to her, "Are we scaring you off? We hope that you're going to come back." And you know, she was laughing. She goes, "Well, I was just in the bathroom and I was looking for a window to try to escape." And so we all laughed. And but I think it's a fun experience for her. And Erica's in great shape. I mean, those legs.
She does look really good.
She looks beautiful, and she is really evolved.
Yeah, and you two are probably in a good spot now?
Very good.
Oh, I love that. I also love that Kyle has you to lean on this season. I feel like after going through such a tough season, finally she is on the other side of it. She has her sister around when she's filming just to have fun. How does it feel to support her and be there for her and help make things lighter?
I said to her, I'm happy to be in the middle and hear your side here and help out. If what would I be saying? I'm a monitor.
A moderator.
A moderator. A moderator.
I love that.
And I think that she prefers, if she needs me, I will. But I'm also going to be honest too. But I don't want to see anybody drive anybody off a cliff.
Yeah. No driving girls off cliffs this season.
Not cool.
Okay. Kathy's here to save the day.
There are certain things that, you know, I just feel
for the girls.
You know, and they're all of the, you know, look, nobody's life is perfect. Everybody goes through something. And you know what, it makes us stronger. And I think that we should be, which I was raised to empower my children, my daughters, and my friends and I, we do lift each other up. That's the new saying in the last few years. I've always believed in that. I'm a girl's girl.
All right. She's a girl's girl. Kathy, thank you so much. This was so great. Congratulations on the jewelry line. It's stunning, and I'm so happy to see you back on the show.
Thank you. I know you wanted that.
Yes, it's literally been on my vision board. I feel like I've solely manifested
You
this.
manifested it.
I
believe in manifestation. And it just goes to show you, you know what? You never know.
What we know you can also do right now is sign up for that newsletter that we send every Friday, where there's going to be more Caroline Brooks tea and also some extra tea from Bravo celebrities who didn't fit in this episode, but we know you'll love to hear from.